that everyone else not attending our session could have further information on our session. So everyone, welcome to our summer election session. So in the next 1 hour, we'll be giving the introduction on this election. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the new chef returning officer. My name is Ye Jiao. So my friends call me Jojo, so free to call me that. I'm from the 2021 summer intake MBA cohort, and I came from Shanghai. My background is mainly within the product manager. So let me now having our GBC introduction. So for our GBC Consult Execution 2022 and 2023, we have got now 10 members on board. And today we have got Janissa, who is Vice President, to join our session. And this is Madhav Reddy. You will know him later. So what is GBC? For GBC, it is a student government of master students at Schulich. And what does GBC do? It represents students' interests, community, and supported, and make sure they're being heard. And we are doing this by general council and board director meetings, and holding events and activities, and also work alongside student clubs. So for the GBC governance, we have got board directors, which consist of the cohort representative, and also the general council that include portfolio representatives, which come from academic, marketing, and communications, also student affairs, international relations, social, and wellness. So our vision, so we make sure that there are 2 governing bodies, which are board of directors and general council. And for the board of directors, we make sure that we are responsibility for governance and financial oversight of the GBC, plus holding elected officials accountable to students. And while the general council is responsible for improving students' experience and the respective portfolio activities. Now let's come to the GBC election roles. So for our summer election, we are open positions for executive directors, which are athletics director and also case director. And for the board of directors, we are open to MBAN and MSCM program for the cohort representative, and also for the general council, we are open position for the portfolio representatives, which are the portfolios from academic, international relations, marketing and communications, student affairs, social, and wellness. So first, let me give the executive directors of athletic director in detail. So today we have got formal athletic director to share her experiences during her tenure. Let's welcome Diana Galati to share her experiences.
Great, thanks Jojo. Thanks for having me. Hi everyone, nice to be back at Schulich, kind of online. Okay, really quickly, so what can you expect in the athletics director role? I'm just going to run through roles and responsibilities as they are, and what you would be responsible for doing in this role. So the first thing on the athletics director's agenda is the MBA Games. MBA Games will work a little bit differently this year, mainly because I appointed an MBA Games captain prior to my departure. And so historically, the athletics director has been the MBA Games captain, but depending on who it is this year, they may or may not be captain. So I guess if the captain becomes the athletics director, then great. If not, then the athletics director will not be the MBA Games captain. They will be overseeing the MBA Games. What that means is that they will be responsible for managing the budget for the MBA Games, mainly because it's GBC funds and we need a GBC executive director to manage those funds. And you'll be overseeing as well the organizing committee because Schulich will be hosting the MBA Games again this year. So that's the bit on MBA Games. The athletics director is also responsible for Cohort Cup. Cohort Cup is a within Schulich competition where each respective cohort, so each of the MBA cohorts and each of the master's degrees act as their own, or play with their own cohort, essentially. And so the point is just to encourage student play and student dialogue and whatnot activity. Cohort Cup could be run however you want, essentially. I'll just go over how it has historically been done. So for the last 2 years, because of COVID, we have been running 3 Cohort Cup events. 1 in the fall and 2 in the winter term. They were different for both years. So when I did it, we did an online Mario Kart tournament. We did a capture the flag tournament. We did a futsal tournament. So that's what we did. Typically, Cohort Cup before COVID was always 1 weekend soccer match. And so yeah, the athletics director could do whatever they want. They can bring back old traditions. They can start new traditions. That's Cohort Cup. Intramurals. So intramurals is outside of the GBC and run by York University. So the athletics director would be responsible for liaising between any students that are interested in participating in intramurals and communicating that to the representative at the Tate McKenzie Center. And there's a bunch of logistics that happen there, which I won't go through, but you're essentially responsible for that connection and liaising. And then Fitness Buddies. So Fitness Buddies was just started last year, and Fitness Buddies is essentially pairing Schulich students with other Schulich students who are interested in working out together, I guess. And so, yeah, this was, like I said, just started last year and does fall under the athletics director portfolio. The athletics director has discretion on if they want to continue this program or not. The athletics director will also be given 2 social media accounts, the MBA Games social media account, which would mainly be run by the MBA Games team, but the athletics director would have purview over that as well. And then the Fitness Buddies also has a social media account. And then other than that, so those are the athletics responsibilities. You would be responsible for also supporting the rest of the GBC with any of their events. So last year I supported Nikki, for instance, with some case events. I supported Mohit with some corporate relations events. I supported blah, 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 blah. All the other directors too. So yeah, you would be responsible for helping in any way you can up and above your athletics responsibilities, and then also attending meetings with the school. So whether that's with Susan Kimberly and events, or with the dean, or anyone else at the school who needs your support, you might have to be attending some of those too. So yeah, that's it from me. I'm gonna stick around if people have questions for me at the end, but good, Jojo?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Wow, it sounds a very exciting position that organizing events, care about the wellness of our students, and a lot of engaging activities for our athletics director. So one thing I'd like to add on is that before our session, there are students already very interested in these roles, and they are inquiring about the eligibility requirements. So here I'm going to clarify it a little bit. So first of all, you will be the Schulich master students, and also our candidates must have finished at least 1 term prior to summer 2022. And also candidates must be able to hold office from June 2022 until the end of the next year's April. So let's move on to our next position, which is a case director. So Nikki, would you like to share your experience a little bit?
Yes. Hi, everyone. So I'm the previous case director, Nikki. So for the case role, the main responsibility for case directors will be managing the Dean's Cup, which is Schulich internal case competition. The responsibility is very clear. So you have to help to manage the case competitions from end to end. For example, you might need to help, you might need to support corporate relations directors for the sponsorship as well. If you have a connections, if you have a specific sponsors you want to pull in for a case competition. But this is not your main responsibility, but you can always support to how to make it more smooth. And you need to supervise and manage the whole case competitions management as well. And you need to manage a lot of stakeholders as well, including the sponsor, including the judge, the panelists, and also you need to help to check the video submissions for the and select the top 10 team for the Dean's Cup as well. And then you will need to communicate a lot of case criteria, what's the requirement, etc. Everything's with the panelists, etc. So like I said earlier, stakeholders, internal and external stakeholder management. And last year, so basically these are some subs of what it's the requirements for case director. But what I did last year extra is that I organized a workshop. I have a Joe Fei. Luckily, you have a Joe Fei for your term as well. So you can work with Joe Fei for organizing the workshop for guiding the students how to crack case competitions in a team setting. And also I organized the feedback sections after every round of the Dean's Cup to trying to provide some general, probably not a team-based feedback to every team, but Joe Fei actually and others speaker and other judge, they actually provide a lot of very, very helpful feedback to the team. And if those teams have any question, they can always ask, but it's not necessary, not mandatory for the judge and Joe Fei to provide team-based feedback, because it would be a lot during the case competitions. They don't have too much time to know them to everything, because they only have 3 minutes gap between two teams during the presentation. So I would say that's pretty much it. And yeah, some of the responsibility that Diana mentions apply for this role as well. For example, you have to work out the budget. You need to manage the budget. And I also mentioned earlier, you might need to support the team for their portfolio's relevant event as well, if you think you can, and you would like to do that. And also you might need to support with getting the sponsor on board as well, exactly those kind of stuff, and follow up with their sponsor on the prize, on the opportunity to provide for the winning team, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If any questions, just let me know later.
Okay, so thank you, Nikki. Actually, I attend our Dean's Cup last year. It was really exciting, and thank you for hosting it 5 rounds. Oh, that was wonderful. Yeah,
I was thinking your name sounds so familiar. If you remember.
Yes, I was on one of the team. So actually, I think at least 30 teams have attended that Dean's Cup. So yeah, so so one thing I also like to add on is the eligibility requirements, which is very much similar to the prior to athletic director. So you'll be Schulich master students and also have finished at least 1 term prior to summer 2022. And our candidates must be able to hold office from June 2022 until the end of April 2023. So yeah. So let's come to the cohort representative. So basically for the cohort representative, the eligibility is that you must be the member of MBAN or MSCM cohort or program. And for the commitment, you will have to attend a mandatory board of directors monthly meeting, optional attendance at a general council meeting, all proxies are allowed. And you'll also be a student representative at the master programs coordinating committee. So for the portfolio representatives, the eligibility will be the same as mentioned. You'll be the member of MBAN or MSCM cohort program. And also for the commitment, attending monthly general council meeting, participate in portfolio activities, and you'll be reporting to the representative portfolio directors. So let's get some in detail into the portfolio representative. Well, first, for the academic portfolio, you'll be report to a vice president, who is Janice Cho, and you'll be responsibility for giving feedback on your courses, professors, and the curriculum of your program, especially in the virtual environment. You'll have the opportunity to engage in student issues and be heard in order to improve the overall academic experience of all graduate students at Schulich. For the international relations portfolio, you'll be reporting to International Relations Director Jessica Bulahan, and you will collaborate with the IR team to make the international students' experience in Schulich even better. Our headline event is the Cultural Crawl, plus additional events focused on international community. Third, the marketing and the communications portfolio representative will report to marketing and communications director Abuda Kahan. You will responsibility for branding and the positioning of Schulich's study body and the school initiatives. Representatives will support marketing activities and communication for the Graduate Business Council, including events, newsletter, and digital campaigns. Join the team if you are interested in working on internal and external communications and in helping package the Schulich pride. Fourth, we have got our social portfolio representative position, who will report to Social Director Austin Leggett. You will be responsible for planning, executing, and hosting all GBC social events and functions. The portfolio calendar consists of 3 major events, which is the Schulolympics, Cultural Crawl, and Spring Gala, as well as monthly smaller scale events. Well, then we have got our Student Affairs portfolio, who will report to Student Affairs Director Darwin Zhou. You will be the eyes and ears of GBC and constantly gauge the statements of student body. Together, we will provide metrics and data points that will support all GBC portfolios, thus improving the student experience at Schulich. For wellness and portfolio representative, you will report to our wellness director, who is Suprit Madhotra. You will be responsible for managing activities and events that promote mental health, overall well-being, and inclusive student community for graduate students at Schulich. Together, we will organize the events of the Schulich's Wellness Month. There is one per semester, share voices and other distress events throughout the year. This year, we are focusing closely on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we have DEI and Wellness Committee in place for the same. So let's come to our elections process and the rules. So this is our timeline for the election process. We actually have started our election already, which is June the 13th. And today we are giving this information session to all the students. So from the June the 13th to June 16th is the nomination period. There will be no campaign there. So all who are interested in the election, can register on our registration page and giving the self-like videos and also a brief introduction on yourself. And make sure that you will upload all your material before the end of June 16th. So on June the 17th, we will have all candidate meeting, and we will discuss and we will give all the rules that will come for the later period. So from June the 17th to June the 21st, will be the campaign period. So you can tell your friend that you're running the election and run for your own campaign so that everyone get to know you and they can vote for you. So for on June the 21st, there will be an open forum. We are strongly suggest that all the candidates to attend this forum because this is a very good chance to show yourself and let everyone know that you are there. So on June the 22nd, that will be the blackout period. From June the 23rd to June the 24th, that will be our voting day. And then the final results will be announced on June the 27th. For the rules should be strictly obeyed. So first, all candidates are expected to campaign in good faith. Any breach of campaign rules may result in disqualification. Candidates may not run on the slate. Confirmed candidates may not publicly support any other candidate. The blackout period when all campaigning must cease and all materials must be taken down offline is effective of June 22nd, 2022 at 12:01 a.m. No campaign materials may be shared after this deadline. Spamming of students via cohort lists, group lists, or social media is prohibited. Posting on cohort-specific one-shooting groups may be done once every 24 hours on a rolling basis. If any one candidate is nominated for a position, the candidate will run uncontestedly. Candidates are still required to participate in campaign period. If a position does not receive nominees, the position will remain empty except for the cohort representative. In the event of a tie, a winner will be determined via a vote amongst the GBC Executive Council. Well, the above is only a summary of the election rules. For a full copy of our election rule that is available at oneshulip.yoq.ca GBC documents. And also you can email me if you got a further question about the election rules. Please make sure that you email me with a CRO in the subject line. So for the voting process actually starts on June 23rd, as has mentioned, at 8:00 a.m. EST until June 24th, 11:59 p.m. EST. So email containing the voting links will be sent out to all students. Voting will be done via the OneShulik platform. Only members of the cohort may vote for their representative cohort elected positions. So what about our next steps? So how to nominate? Well, first submit a 60-second video pitch via the nomination form. The pitch video to be posted on the GBC website at the beginning of the campaign period. Submit the nomination form starting June 13th until June 16th at sharply 6:00 p.m. EST. Nomination form will be sent out on June 13th. FAQ will be posted on GBC website and OneShulik. portfolio specific questions, please contact the representative directors. So if you got any question on the rules that I have mentioned, you can contact me. So if you got general questions, you can email me. But if you got any specific cohort representative, you can email Madhav Reddy, who is our speaker. And for the for the portfolio representatives, you can email to the corresponding person on our GBC for further information. Okay, thank you. So so see if you got any questions. Yes, if I pronounce your name by mistake, please let me know. Go ahead.
Hi, Jojo. Yeah,
hello.
it's called Prithvi.
Hi, Prithvi.
Yeah, Prithvi.
Prithvi, yeah, hi.
I was just wondering if we apply for executive roles like this case director, can we also apply for the program roles like the one which is for relationship manager and stuff, marketing director and stuff? Like there's executive director and there's the program director, right?
Yes, well, for the semi-election this time, we are opening 2 positions, which is athletic director and also the case director.
Yes, I'm just asking you, like there were other roles, right? These are the executive director's roles. There is program director roles, right? Can you go to the start of the place where there are all these roles? Yeah, general portfolio representatives.
So yeah, pick a head.
Yeah. So can we apply for the case director role as well as program portfolio representatives, or is just one thing you can apply at a time?
You can only apply to one position at a time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your question. Is there any more question? Okay, so
Janessa, just a quick question. So the link where we need to submit the video and fill the form, will I get that on OneShoeLink?
okay, so we will be emailing this deck and the recording of this session together with the nomination form and the signature form, all in one email to everyone after this session today. And you will also be seeing the link updated in the OneShoeLink website. Perfect. So after this session, you should be able to get that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so the signature form is for students who are interested to run for the athletics director or the case director's positions to get, you need to get 10 signatures from students who support you for your nomination, but that is not required for cohort representative and portfolio representative. Okay, I see no more hand raised. So I guess we can conclude this session. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us today, and especially thank you, Diana and Nikki, who are in a different time zone, but still come and support us and share your experience in what you did during your time in GBC. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening or have a good night for those in Europe. So hope to see, we are looking forward to your nominations. Thank you.
Thank you, Janessa.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. So that's it. Okay. Oh,
Jojo, you can end the recording.
yeah, I have ended the recording now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.